Hello, my name is CJ Traynham, and I am currently a medical affairs professional in industry. I am also a 2011 graduate of the Biomedical Sciences graduate program. In the forthcoming slides, I will be reviewing my career journey to date, providing perspective on why I selected Ohio State for grad school, and also informing you what a medical affairs professional does in industry. So my journey. I'm originally from outside of Chicago, Illinois. And early in my youth, I realized that biological sciences was something I wanted to pursue in my further education in college. And that led me to Michigan State University, where I obtained a bachelor's of science in human physiology. During my time at MSU, I was afforded the opportunity to travel to the Philippines and conduct biomedical research there for 2 months. This experience was very instrumental for my choice beyond Michigan State. This reaffirmed the fact that I wanted to pursue biomedical research as a career versus actually pursuing a physician route via med school. So that ultimately led me to Ohio State University. You may be wondering why I selected Ohio State for grad school. In a nutshell, it was cardiovascular research. My family is very much so predisposed to cardiovascular disease. So I knew when it came time to select an area of focus, cardiovascular was a realm that I wanted to invest a lot of time in. And luckily, Ohio State, I knew they had world-class facilities, but I was really blown away by the cardiovascular groups at Ohio State, notably the department where I did my PhD, the Physiology and Cell Biology department. My boss, Mark Ciolo, was amazing to me, very nurturing, gave me great advice during the course of my PhD and also in my career since. In terms of area of study, we specifically studied the single cells of the heart, illustrated in the lower left-hand corner, isolated cardiac myocytes, and ultimately we wanted to understand how nitric oxide signaling impacts how the heart contracts in health and disease. So as I moved beyond Ohio State, in my talks with Mark, I very much so knew at that time that I wanted to pursue a tenure track position. So a postdoc was very much so the next step in my career on that journey. And that led me to Temple University, where I had a postdoc there for 4.5 years in the Center of Translational Medicine. And this was also a great experience in academia. Ultimately, I wanted to learn more about in vivo physiology and also pathophysiology associated with CVD, and was able to learn a variety of disease states. And it was overall a great experience with great people that are still lifelong friends. But during this journey, I ultimately started to think about my personal life and also kind of my career goals. And I realized that I want to impact patients, not at the bench, but in a different way. And that's what ultimately led me to being a medical affairs professional. And I've been a medical affairs manager at various companies for the last 4 years. And overall, that's been very rewarding. And the reason why I say that is I'm very close to patients. In my current role, I actually have direct communication with healthcare providers and also direct patient interaction. My prior employer was very much so in the vitro diagnostic space, making tests that actually help inform patients whether or not they have disease. My current employer, very much so, it's a very patient-centric company that is involved in implantable valves that directly impact the patient. So it's overall been a great experience. In terms of the day-to-day, I'm very much so a liaison between my company and healthcare providers or researchers. It could mean anything from having strategic conversations, just relaying insights from the field back to my employer, or it could also involve working on collaborative manuscripts between physicians and researchers and my company. And a very key part to my role internally is helping to inform strategic development with my internal partners, such as clinical, regulatory, and commercial. That could range from relaying these insights from the field directly to them to inform their decisions, or informing them of very relevant developments in the scientific literature, so that everyone's up to date, and therefore ensuring that all their decisions are very much so scientifically and medically sound. So in the last second or two, I just wanted to give some advice to prospective students. And the first bit is iron sharpens iron. While you're going through this journey, I know it can be very overwhelming, very challenging, but if you surround yourself with like-minded people that are very much so working towards similar goals to you, it can only reinforce that drive in you and really help you get over the finish line during times of struggle and adversity. And lastly, don't get outworked. A PhD is the highest degree obtainable in the academic journey. PhDs are very much so earned and not given. You have to work for it, and you will earn it if you have what it takes to obtain the PhD and you have the drive to succeed. And with that, I will leave you. I wish you all the best in your journey, and I thank you for your time. Take care.